20 years ago, Maria stood at the door of her small house and watched her young son leave. He was only 18 years old. He dreamed of seeing the world and building a better life. Before he left, he hugged his mother and said, "I will come back one day." At first, Maria received letters from him. Then the letters became fewer and fewer. After some years, they stopped completely. Nobody in the village knew where he was. Some people told Maria to forget him, but she never did. Every morning she looked at an old photograph of her son. Every evening, she sat near the window and hoped to see him walking down the road. The years passed. Her hair turned gray, and her face showed the marks of time, but her hope never disappeared. One rainy afternoon, Maria was sitting alone in her kitchen. The wind blew outside, and the sound of rain filled the air. Suddenly, there was a knock on the door. She slowly stood up and walked to the entrance. When she opened the door, she saw a tall man standing there. His clothes were wet from the rain. For a moment, she did not recognize him. Then the man smiled. "Mother," he said softly. Maria's heart almost stopped. She looked into his eyes and immediately knew who he was. "My son," she whispered. "Yes, Mother. It's me." Tears filled her eyes. She reached out and touched his face to make sure he was real. Then she wrapped her arms around him and held him tightly. For a long moment, neither of them spoke. They simply stood together while the rain continued to fall outside. Later, they sat by the fire and talked for hours. Her son told her about the countries he had visited, the jobs he had worked, and the difficulties he had faced. He explained that life had taken him far away and that he had lost contact for many years. "I am sorry," he said. "I should have come back sooner." Maria smiled and held his hand. "You are here now," she replied. "That is enough." That night, the house felt warm again. The empty chair at the table was no longer empty. After 20 long years of waiting, a mother's greatest wish had finally come true. And as Maria looked at her son, she realized that love can survive distance, silence, and even the passing of time. Some journeys are long, but the road home is always worth finding.